swear or affirm under the laws of the state of Utah penalty of perjury that the testimony in this matter today will be true and correct, so help you God? Yes. Thank you. Please have a seat up here. I know you've testified before in front of me. Let's just keep my prior admonitions in place. Should be water for you as well.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Your drive down fine? I'd like you to take a moment to introduce yourself to the jury. Tell them your name, where you work, and so on.
Yes, my name is Dr. Amanda Ho. I'm a medical examiner at the State of Utah Office of the Medical Examiner in Taylorsville, Utah.
Thank you. For the audio record, just please spell your last name.
Yes, my last name is spelled simply H-O.
And you're a medical examiner. Is your official job title assistant medical examiner?
Yes.
What degrees do you hold?
I hold a Bachelor of Arts degree and a medical doctor degree.
And where are those degrees from?
My bachelor's degree is from Rice University in Houston, Texas, and my medical degree is from the University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas.
Okay. After medical school, did you receive specialized training related to pathology?
Yes, so after medical school, I went to, I did a pathology residency training program here at the University of Utah and ARUP labs. After completing my general anatomic and clinical pathology residency program, I completed a one-year subspecialty fellowship training program in forensic pathology specifically at University of Texas Southwestern in Dallas.
In pathology, and then you mentioned anatomic pathology, and then you mentioned forensic pathology.
Yes.
Could you define each of those terms for the jury?
Yes, so an anatomic and clinical pathology residency training program would qualify me to be a hospital pathologist. That is someone who is examining specimens at a hospital and making diagnoses and running a hospital laboratory or a medical laboratory.
Okay. And did these trainings, these residencies, include training in autopsies and how to perform a post-mortem examination?
Yes, so the general anatomic pathology residency. In general, the trajectories of wounds A and B are right to left and back to front. The trajectory of the bullet creating entrance C is left to right. For G and H, they are front, or G is front to back, H, the trajectory is right to left.
And just to clarify, when you give these directions, is that reference point from Mr. Restelli's reference point or from a viewer observing the body?
That is as Mr. Restelli would have experienced it. So when I say right to left, it's from Mr. Restelli's right to his left.
Thank you. Let's move on to the other wounds, E and F on the hip and I and J on the forearm. I think a previous answer may have implied it, but let's state it concretely. What can you tell about the trajectories of those wounds?
Yes, so particularly for the wound of the forearm, I'll have you note the position of the body in the diagram. You see the diagram shows someone standing upright with their arms down by their sides and their palms facing forward with their thumbs facing away from the body. That's what's called anatomic position. So when I'm giving trajectories, it's the trajectory of the bullet in the body if the body were standing in that position. So the trajectory of the gunshot wound of the left hip is downward, left to right, and slightly back to front. And the trajectory of the gunshot wound of the right forearm is back to front. Again, if the palms were facing forward, back to front, slightly downward, and slightly left to right.
Thank you. We're going to move on to a different topic now. You can take down the body diagram.
Mr. Pomeroy, do you want a laser pointer for your witness?
That probably would have been helpful, Judge, but I think we're past that point.
You got other pictures coming up. Give it to her in case she's-
Thank you, Judge. Okay. Let's publish Exhibit 95. I'd like to talk for a moment about the wrist or forearm injury you observed. Okay. Is this a photo of that injury?
Yes.
What's the blue object that we see?
The blue object is a flexible rod that we use as part of the postmortem exam to match up entrance and exit wounds and to demonstrate the path of an injury through the body.
Okay. So basically it helps indicate some of the characteristics about the wound.
Correct.
And we have an entrance and exit wound here related to the points that you pointed out before, which letters, which is the entrance, which is the exit on this photo. From reference, and I'm asking you in this photo to do our reference point looking at the photo, not Mr. Restelli's reference point.
Correct. So you can see that the rod is passing through an injury on the back of the forearm. That's the side of the forearm closest to the back of the hand. And it's also passing through an injury that's on the side of the forearm closest to the palm of the hand. So the wound on the back of the forearm, that's the left of the forearm as you're looking at the picture, is the entrance wound. And the wound closest to the palm of the hand is the exit wound.
Thank you. Move to exhibits 96 and 97, the side-by-side. We have both exhibits on the screen at the same time. Is this that same injury?
Yes.
Okay, just from a different vantage point.
Yes.
And so this would still be Mr. Restelli's right forearm. Wrist. How did this wound affect Mr. Restelli's skin?
So it perforated the skin as the bullet was passing through.
How did it affect any tissue in the arm?
It perforated muscle and subcutaneous tissue within the arm.
How did the wound affect any bones that are in?
The ulna was fractured. That's bone. The pointer doesn't show up too well on the screen, but that's the one that runs the pinky of your forearm, to the forearm.
From reference point of this photograph, that would be the lower bone.
Correct.
And you said it fractured that bone.
Correct.
Did the bone damage any of the, sorry.
Before you start, Dr. Cole, I think this is on the side.
Yeah, it's, so I can get the pointer to show up, for example, on the wall, but I bring it down and it just doesn't reflect very well off the TV screen. But I think I can go ahead and verbally describe what I'm saying.
Thank you. Did the bullet also damage any of the surrounding muscles?
Yes.
What muscle group was affected?
I'm not sure that I understand your question.
Would it be accurate to say that the flexor muscles were affected?
Yes.
To what degree were they affected?
So I can't.
I don't mean that from a biomechanical sense. I mean that, was it a light abrasion? Was it complete destruction? Was it a perforation? Do you understand the question?
So in general, muscles in this portion of the forearm have been to varying degrees perforated, lacerated. That means torn, or contused. That means bruised.
So a contusion is a bruise, a laceration is torn, a perforation, that might be like punching a hole in a piece of paper.
Correct. It means that a hole was punched through something.
Okay. So all in all, the injury involved skin, bone, soft tissue, and muscles.
Correct.
So we can take that down now. Thank you. We'll do the flexor muscle and hand function.
The flexors, in general, are going to allow you to close your hand and fingers into a fist, as well as to bend your wrist toward the forearm. As well as to bend your wrist toward the forearm.
Do the bones and other soft tissues of the forearm also play a role in hand function?
The bones play a role in that the muscles attach to the bone. That's their attachment point to work off of.
So, let's take it at the high level first. Based off all this damage, would you have expected there to be some impairment in grip strength in Mr. Restelli?
Yes, to some degree, but I can't exactly specify to what degree his grip function would be impaired.
Exactly. But we could say that the perforation of the ulna in some way affected the ability of the muscles to function. Would that be fair to say? We don't know the degree, but it would have affected to some degree.
The fracture of the bone may or may not have had an effect.
Okay. And then how about the perforation and laceration of the muscles?
Yes, that would have had some effect.
Okay. Did you review any of the police photos of this scene?
There was one photo provided by our investigator that was not taken by our investigator, but that was provided to our scene investigator by law enforcement.
You have that one queued up, right? Is this that photo?
Yes.
So that photo was previously admitted as State's Exhibit 44. We're going to put it on the screen for a moment. There we go. And this was identified as Mr. Restelli's body at the scene.
Yes.
And you can clearly see a knife in that hand.
Yes.
Is that the same arm that sustained that injury?
Yes.
Okay. And I just want to clarify a couple points. Autopsies can't determine when that object was placed in the hand.
Correct.
It can't tell if Mr. Restelli himself picked it up or someone placed it.
Correct.
It can't tell whether he had it in his hand before or after his death.
Correct.
But it can tell you that his grip strength or his ability to hold the knife would have been affected to some unknown degree.
Yes.
Okay, we can take that down now. One more question about the internal examination. Did you observe any natural disease that would have contributed to Mr. Restelli's death?
There was no significant natural disease that would have caused or contributed to his death, no.
Was toxicology performed as part of this?
Yes.
Were there any substances detected in Mr. Restelli's body?
Yes.
What was detected?
So detected was caffeine as well as delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is the active or psychoactive ingredient in marijuana.
Okay. That sometimes is referred to as delta-9 THC.
Yes.
How long does delta-9 THC remain detectable in the body?
It varies according to how heavy or frequent a user of THC someone is. It can it can take anywhere from a few days, 3 or 4 days, to greater than 6 weeks for it to completely clear out of your blood.
Okay, that sounds like a very kind of wide detection window.
Yes.
And you couldn't say where in the window he may have used,
Correct.
or even what state he used it in.
Correct.
Okay. Did he detect any alcohol in his system?
No.
And did any of these toxicology results change in any way your conclusion about the cause and manner of death?
No.
Okay. Let's get to that ultimate conclusion then. Based on your autopsy, your training, your experience, were you able to determine the cause and manner of Mr. Restelli's death?
Yes.
What was the cause of his death?
The cause of his death was multiple gunshot wounds.
What was the manner of his death?
The manner of death was homicide.
Thank you. No further questions, Judge.
Cross.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ho.
Hello.
Dr. Ho, you stated that on your examination of Mr. Restelli's body, you located tetrahydrocannabinol. Is that right?
Yes.
More commonly called marijuana, right?
Yes, it could be natural or synthetic.
You've heard other words for THC, haven't you?
Yes.
Pot, weed,
Yes.
right? And so when we're talking about THC, we're talking about that substance what people use to have a hallucinogen experience, right?
Correct.
And did you do a nanogram testing of the tetrahydrocannabinol in this body?
Yeah, the toxicology laboratory did quantify it.
Thank you.
Yes.
And on the alcohol, you said that there is no alcohol in the body, is that right?
Correct.
Now, you explained that THC can be in the body for an extended period of time, right?
Yes.
Up to 6 weeks, I think you said.
Yes.
How about alcohol? What's the dissipation level of alcohol in a human body?
It depends on what level of alcohol is in the blood.
An example, if my blood tested positive for alcohol at a 0.20, that's 20% alcohol, that would have a longer time to completely dissipate out of the body than a 0.10. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what you meant by your answer?
Yes.
So do you know what the dissipation level of alcohol is in a body, a percentage per hour, per 2 hours, per 6 hours, or anything like that?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Can this witness speak, any redirect first, Mr. Palmer?
No need, Judge. Thank you. And she can be excused.
Any objection to excusing Dr. Ho, Mr. Facemire? No, Judge. Thank you, Dr. Ho. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Pomeroy?
State calls Rachel Williams. Yes. And Judge, just forecasting here, I expect this to be a relatively short witness. Relatively. Maybe we could take the break after this witness, if that's okay.
All right. Any objection, Mr. Facemire? All right, thank you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Williams. If you come stand in front of me, I'll swear you in briefly.